go. Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. I am here in Amsterdam. I feel I have so much stuff to catch up on. For anyone who's new here, I am from the Netherlands and I obviously live in LA, but I love coming to Amsterdam in the summers and usually during Christmas time. I have a place here in Amsterdam where I'm at right now, and I honestly don't spend a lot of time here. I got this place 6 years ago. I've been renting it out, and recently we've been kind of using it ourselves because Nekohama has our new distribution center here in Europe, in Amsterdam. So we're spending a lot more time here together. I love Amsterdam so much. I can kind of see myself, I don't know, moving back maybe at one point. But there is a freaking heat wave going on right now and I am sweating my face off. It's actually so hot. There's no AC anywhere. I feel nowhere here in Amsterdam. It's 36 degrees. I don't know exactly what that's in Fahrenheit, but it is really hot. I literally sweat off all my makeup this morning, so I was like, let me do a little touch base. And while I'm doing a little touch up, I thought it would be good to kind of catch up a little bit. My home here, because I don't spend a lot of time here, in one way it feels really like home because Amsterdam feels like home. But on the other side, the way I have decorated it back then, I mean, I actually never did because I never really lived there full time. It has all the basic necessities like a bed and a couch and whatever, but it's really not my style, and it's so simple and the bare minimum. So I don't know, I am in doubt a little bit where I'm do I want to invest a little bit more and make it more homey and more me? But then on the other side, I'm also I don't really spend enough time here to do that. I don't know, it's also really hard to get stuff up here because all the little houses in Amsterdam are so tiny, and they're on a 4-stair walk up with the tiniest little stairs, so I couldn't even get furniture in. So I think I might order some stuff to my parents who live in the countryside and then drive it over one day, but I'm not really sure if that is even worth it yet. I'm gonna show you a couple of things that I use. This is a eyebrow gel from Rare Beauty. I really love it. It is so pretty. A lot of my makeup and my skincare I ran out over my trip, so I always feel that's kind of a sign to go home. But I spent 6 weeks right now in Europe, which is honestly a really long time. I did my whole Soul Sing Body tour. I was hosting a lot of events around Europe. I had 2 weddings, and then last weekend I was on a yacht also for Soul Sing Body, so a lot of work related things and then weddings. So I've had a lot of I don't know, exciting destinations. I don't know if it was as relaxing, but it feels really good to just be in Amsterdam right now and not kind of live out of suitcase. I mean, I live out of suitcase, but I'm not packing every 2 days, so that's nice. For the blush, I'm gonna use this one from Makeup Forever, and I do a little mix between these colors. I love this palette because it has concealer, it has bronzer, and it has blush all in one, so it's really nice for travel. I will, by the way, link these beauty products also down below. I'm just adding a little bit on my cheek. So I definitely reflected back on the Europe tour. I did a whole kind of vlog on it, and after that we went to a few other places where unfortunately my footage was slow blurry because I've dropped my camera a couple times by accident, and the footage was just not really usable. So obviously I always want to try to put out some high quality content, but that didn't really work out. But I definitely look back on the whole experience with such I don't know, I think feeling grateful is the really right term there. It was just so amazing to meet so many amazing women around the world, and also just seeing them connect, because I feel everyone who's there had at least something in common. It was just so rewarding, and it truly filled up my cup in any way. And I also think that I definitely had during this trip a lot of wow moments of, I would have never come this far if it wasn't for you guys always supporting me every single day, whether that is here on YouTube or Instagram or wherever. And I just feel a lot of love and appreciation there, so I just wanted to say that as well and mention it, and thank everyone who also came to the event, because it truly means so much to me. Honestly, I feel I don't even really need a lot of blush because it is so warm outside. My cheeks are kind of really red. You guys, I've been really looking at my rings, and my engagement ring, and I don't know how I feel about this. Max completely designed this ring, and I had actually no idea what I wanted in a ring, so he just kind of went with it, and I'm so happy with it, and it has a lot of meaning. This is my engagement ring, this is my wedding band, and we actually during this trip also celebrated our 2-year anniversary. Now with the ring, I remember a friend that I knew like changed her complete ring because she didn't like it anymore, and I was like, I don't know, does it not like take away the whole meaning of like someone getting that for you as like a gift? And I just felt a little, I was like, I don't know, that's weird maybe. But I've been really into more of chunkier jewelry, and when I was thinking about a ring, I think my only kind of my only thing that I preference that I mentioned to Max like years ago was like, I want a really dainty, like very tiny little ring. And I got a very thin little band, very like petite, like really beautiful stone. Now I have evolved more of my style. I've been really getting into more chunkier jewelry, and I feel like the wedding ring and engagement ring is such like a, it is just such like a statement piece in a way. And I am thinking to make the band, and like I would love the diamond to have like a little bit of a bigger shape, but I don't really know. I'm like, is it weird to like change your engagement band? Or I mean, getting another one, that would be really expensive, and I feel also this holds so many memories. So I don't know, Max and I have been just kind of talking about it, and I don't really know what the, I don't know, what do you guys think? Like what would you do? Because also I also want to make sure that like I'm not gonna chase trends of like, oh now I like big jewelry, I'm gonna go bigger, and then like we're going back to dainty. Not at all. But I'm just kind of thinking also because my wedding band is a little bit thicker and I really love it, so it would kind of match a little more. The moral of the story is that I didn't really think about what kind of ring I wanted, and I know there are also girls out there who know exactly what they want. They pick it out, or their partner like really kind of knows it, and I just kind of didn't really think about it a lot before. So I kind of, if I would have something differently, I would have like thought about it a little bit more, because like I couldn't even express what I wanted because I don't know, I was like just whatever. But now I'm like, no, not whatever, I wear this every day, so I don't really know what to do with it. Okay, I'm doing a little lip. I love this one from Summer Fridays. It's truly like my everyday lip balm. It's just like so nice. I'm already like dripping sweat, but I think this is gonna be it like makeup wise, because everything else is going to melt like crazy. Actually no, we're gonna put a little bit of this. This is a highlight stick from Westman Atelier. Her bronzers and her highlighters are so gorgeous. They're all like sticks and cream, and this is the color, see, lit up highlight stick, and it's so pretty. It gives you like the nicest glow. So put a little here. Okay, we are all ready. This is my fan that we have at night. Kind of like helps us a little bit. So I was thinking going to make like a delicious like fruity matcha. I have my matcha obviously downstairs, but I don't have any fresh fruits, and there's like a market pretty close by here in Amsterdam, so I thought it would be fun to go to the market together and see what they have. Like I'm thinking maybe blueberry or raspberry or something like that, and do like a fun like specialty drink. I am really craving matcha. It is so hot. Coconut water would also be really nice. Maybe a coconut cloud water. There was this one matcha I had in Lisbon that was so good. It was a jasmine green tea and then with a matcha cloud on top. So that could be really fun as well. Maybe I get both ingredients and then I will see. We're gonna go out. It is so hot that honestly anything silky just feels really, really good, because anything else I'm just like sweating. This is a little top from the Vloet. I've been wearing this so much on this trip. I also have it in black. This is an old skirt from Leonis, and then I have a cute little straw basket which I thought would be really fun to take with. So let's go cut some ingredients and make a nice little matcha. so out of breath. I stopped at the market, but all the fruit stands were like closing down. I don't know if that's normal or if it was because of the heat. I still had to grab some stuff, so I went over to the supermarket. And basically in all the cooling where you have like dairy products like meat, fish, a lot of the fruits, they all had little signs on there like, we're so sorry, it got too warm inside and we can't properly cool everything down, so we're not allowed to sell it. So the heat wave is definitely real right here. So yeah, I couldn't find everything, but I kind of wanted to switch a little bit like what I am making. So we had this like one matcha drink when we were in Lisbon at a place called Komoba, and it's actually an Yokohama partner of us, and they did this really interesting drink with grape and kiwi, and then they had like some sparkling water, like they called it magnesium water, and then on top was like a matcha or black sesame cream top. So I'm gonna pop out the picture here. So I was thinking recreating that. It might be interesting. I got some of the cream, and I think coconut cream would work really well as well, but I don't have time to like cool it, so I'm just gonna use like some regular cream, and it will be a nice little, I feel, a very refreshing drink. Obviously I don't know exactly what the sparkling water in between was, but I got some like sparkling drinks, so we can kind of like play around with it. Let's see, yuzu green tea, maybe that would work really well. I feel like any kind of neutral-ish sparkling drink would be really nice, but yeah, I'm gonna unpack this. I was gonna make an iced matcha mango latte, but I'm feeling something more refreshing because I'm dripping sweat. So I think I'm gonna get started on the matcha cream top first, and then we're gonna do the kiwi and grape kind of compote, and then it's just a matter of putting things together. Okay, the only thing that I could find was this, and it's definitely a thing I need to put in the whisker, but I can't find that here, so I only have this little bowl. Hopefully this is gonna work. So I have some cream. If I would make a little bit of a healthier version, I would just use some coconut cream and put some coconut milk in the fridge, and then wait until the top layer kind of comes on top, and just scoop the top layer and then whip it up. It's like really easy. But we're gonna try this with some regular cream. To be honest, I don't need a lot. I don't want to risk it up. This might take a while. We got patience for a drink today. The green whip is ready. Just want to make sure you don't over whip it, because then it's going to become all crumbly and stuff. I added a little bit of maple syrup to it, make it a little sweeter. I'm going to put this in the fridge while we make the other stuff. I'm going to wash my grapes. I know this sounds like such a weird combo to put kiwi, grapes, and matcha together, but when we had it in the cafe, it was really tasty, so I just hope it's going to be the same kind of result. I'm just going to take a couple, like a little bit, and just chop it up. So fun fact, I usually eat my kiwis with the skin on, because there's a lot of nutrients right underneath the skin. And I know it sounds like disgusting because it is like hairy, but it's honestly really not that bad. And from a texture perspective, it is totally doable. But for the drink, we are gonna take off the skin, obviously. I'm just trying to see what the best way is to smash this, because I don't have a lot of kitchen tools here. I feel this works. I kind of want it all smashed with the juices, but still have a couple of big chunks in there. our drink is ready. I wish I had a more see-through drink here because then you can really see the layers, but honestly it looks really amazing, especially in the light. Guys, I know it doesn't look as pretty on camera as it is in real life, but I think I need to take a sip like this because then I get the cream tone. It's delicious. I never put this much work into a specialty drink, but you know, save $10. Really delicious. Babe, do you recognize this drink?
Oh, from Lisbon.
Yeah. I made it a little different. You're welcome. Alright, you guys. I am sweating. Really have not done one of the coffee talks or matcha talks in a long time. I found a little spot here upstairs because Max is having a call downstairs. I was gonna film it walking around outside, but it's honestly just too hot, so I can't really do it. But I feel we haven't really catched up in quite a little bit, and I'm not gonna lie, 2025 in the past few months have been incredibly hard on a personal and emotional and kind of physical level as well. I have mentioned this a little bit more into one of my past videos that I was kind of going through a really hard time. I wasn't really sure like how much I'm going to share of this, but I also do feel that I know that some of you have been in these situations, and I also just always want to be very transparent, but I have gone quite through a deep like self journey and also got into a really big conflict with a family member of mine. And I think this was such a painful process for me because I feel a lot of you, you know, might have experienced conflict with family members or members that are people are really close to you. I sometimes feel these type of conflicts hurt so much more because you on the other side deeply care and deeply love them so much, and that makes the experience so much more painful. And I am a person who has a hard time in finding conflict, and I think even like, I don't know, speaking up, I think it's something I've really had to learn. It's weird because I felt as a kid I didn't really have that, but I definitely think through my experiences in the modeling world, I was kind of trained to kind of shut up and not complain anything and almost like be more of a robot. And if someone pulls your hair, to not show or have any emotion. And if you're going through a hard time, like it is very like businessy where you it's different when you show up behind your computer and just not really feeling it, whether you're showing up on set and your actual facial expressions and your face in there, you just kind of had to like hide and suppress that. And I think over the years I did that so much. So on top of that, then the conflict with a family member of mine, it just put me in a really heavy and difficult time, honestly. And I think also it's almost like I had this like can of worms, and I knew like when I opened up, the worms would like all come out, and that's exactly what happens. I think it opened up so much more on a deep discovery of myself. I think I never really fully understood what deep work actually meant, and what I've kind of to realize is really starting to understand your patterns and past experiences and traumas and how they form you and how you kind of operate in today's world. And something that I have really started to kind of look into it as well is like, what are the triggers from past experience that make me feel triggered or make me feel anxious or make me feel reminded of something. And this is something very particular often with even with like family members, because they like get to you even more, not only because they love you so much, but it like reminds you of something from the past. I wanted to share this because I know how tough relationships can be and how complicated and intertwined they can be, and how much they do affect us on a kind of mental level, and how they dictate our happiness so much. I don't know, went to therapy. That definitely has helped a lot. And I think I was just crying a lot. I felt so low energy because you were crying. I was releasing a lot of emotions that I've never really done before. And I think I just also really got exhausted from a physical standpoint. I definitely had much harder time like showing up into moving my body, and I was just kind of having some grace with it and just really let it be and creating a lot of stillness in my life. I think I've always been so go, 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 but it's really hard if you're always in that go, 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 go state to stay still and kind of work in the deeper root from the past and the present. And I think I really had to do that, and I really realized how important that is, because sometimes you really need to slow down to continue further, and there is just no easy way to go through any type of growth and self-growth. You always need to go through the pain of some things. I always think about, if you're not uncomfortable enough, you are probably not growing enough. If you like, you need to have a little bit of that discomfort. Well, in my case, that was a lot of discomfort. So yeah, the past months in LA, it just kind of came back to my creativity, because I was crying a lot. I felt very tired, and then like it just had this massive creative block, and obviously such a big part of my job is being creative. I feel this trip to Europe was like really interesting, and it fulfilled me in so many different ways. Obviously I got to see Max again and travel. I hadn't seen him in so long. He was in Japan for 2 months, which by the way is a whole other thing, a long distance relationship. Not easy always. And then on top of that, we had like some weddings, and I feel the whole tour like really fulfilled me in a lot of ways. I think just getting out of my like stuck routine and bubble just helped a lot. But it's been feeling really, really good, and I definitely think I am coming in with such a different energy back to LA, and just in a different energy in how I can show up for myself and also how I can show up for others. So yeah, it is just our daily reminder to prioritize this. I think for so many years I did not prioritize this, and I was like, oh, I just like not walk through life, but sometimes you got to deal with some stuff, and it's painful, but it will always come. If you don't handle it immediately, it always will come back later in later things. It's even weird because sometimes like our past experiences, you don't even clearly remember them, but your body will remember completely. Your nervous system will remember, and you will have to do so much later in the future to regulate your nervous system, because these past experiences stay stuck into your body, and they will remind you over and over if you do not handle them. And I think that's something I've really realized. I also had a really hard time of letting go and feeling physically and mentally safe, and in a way trusting other people, because for some reason I couldn't trust myself to, I don't know, feel emotionally and physically safe, which has been an interesting journey there. And I think it's kind of crazy, maybe it's like really TMI, but until recent, honestly, I couldn't even get an orgasm by myself. And after doing a lot of deep work and stuff, I was able to do this. And I don't know, it might be like very personal right here, but I just know that I am not the only one, and there's so many women. I knew always it's a thing in the mind and not so much in the body, but the two are connected. So it's been a really interesting shift. I mean, we can definitely dive deeper into it, but I feel a lot more release in some way, and I feel that the mind and the body are connecting more, which is just an incredible feeling. And I know this is uncomfortable, but I want to stick on this journey and keep growing, and I hope you guys want to do the same thing. And I always would encourage you for you to do that. And whether you like do that by yourself, of researching a lot, honestly, ChatGPT has been an amazing tool for me, almost like a therapy in a way. Like I really write my journals in there of literally how I feel, and I will ask ChatGPT to improve it. And it's kind of weird because ChatGPT is able to almost put more language to my emotion and to my feelings. Like it's almost like, whoa, he's better in describing it than I can do. Sometimes I ask it like questions and things like that, and it's just been like an amazing tool for me. I like write it in there, and then I actually speak it out loud. And it's been an amazing tool for me, because sometimes writing down, thinking your thoughts and writing them down is already better, but then saying the words out loud, it's a way of processing your emotions, and have truly helped me in such a amazing tool. And I was kind of curious. I think a friend of mine told me that she was saying that like now 90% of people use ChatGPT, the main thing, as therapy, which is very interesting. Don't get me wrong, I'm still all about coaching and therapy and whatever in person, but I think ChatGPT can be a really amazing tool for it. And you can ask it like really honest questions of like, where are my blind spots, where do I need to grow. I also like to ask questions from a somatic perspective. How can you give me tips and tricks? And it's just, I don't know, it's like really it's been a great tool for me, weirdly enough. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this kind of like personal coffee talk. I don't know why I'm kind of like nervous just like putting this all out there, but I hope to see you next week. I do need some inspiration for new videos, like what you guys would like to see. Is it more beauty stuff? Is it more in the recipes or like the travel vlogs? I need a little bit of inspo from you guys and see what you are all interested in. I hope you have a wonderful day and I'll see you soon.